friends. It's Lanie from Lanie J and Co. Welcome back to my channel. Um, it's a rainy, cold Monday afternoon here on the outskirts of Houston. I live in a suburb of Houston, and we had a cold front come through. Yesterday we were around 90 degrees, and today we are in the 40s. So they do say that Houston's weather is bipolar, so I would say that it did pull a quick change on us last night. It's welcome though after the really hot summer that we had. So I wanted to share with you my latest project I'm working on. It is a slow stitch bunting. I have an area here in my craft room that I would like to hang this bunting. I love the colors, and I wanted to make a variety for this. So I'll just show you what I've been doing. What I've been doing is just stitching the fabrics together, and then after I stitch the fabrics together and get a base, then I will go through and find like laces and trims and maybe some sequins, beads, buttons, that kind of thing. And then I will assemble it all into a bunting and hang it up. So I just wanted to share with you what I've been doing this weekend. I worked on this quite a bit. Here I just used the running stitch to go through the fabrics. Did a running stitch around there, stitched down a little circle flower. And I wanted to make sure that I got a bunch of different, I wanted it as colorful as I could get it. So, and these are just some of what I've been working on. Try not to be too terribly matchy-matchy, but sometimes it ends up that way. And I may go back around some of these that aren't stitched around the sides and stitch them a little bit more when I do the embellishments. And basically all I did was I just took muslin and I cut my pieces down to the size of the muslin and then just stitched them on as you can see here. And I don't think I'm going to put a backing on them. I think they'll be just fine without a backing. But again, you know, these ones where, see, some of them I've stitched all the way around, I may go back and add some stitches, maybe even seed stitch or whatever. We'll have to see what happens with the embellishments. But I thought I'd bring you along with me on this one. I've got a purple and blue. This is the last one I have. I did 13. Kept it an odd number so it would hang nicely. Let's see, what can we do? I've already picked out these 3 threads. And we'll just get going here. Let's see, I think we'll use the purple to go around this and then the blues to go around these. And what I do with most of them, oh wow, where did I tuck the end? What I did with most of these is, there it is. I did 6 strands with a lot of them, but you don't have to do 6. You could do 3, you could do 4. It just depends on what you like. Let's see if I've got a needle here that will work. See how lucky I get this time. What do you know? Very lucky. Nope, missed a strand. Not that lucky. Since this project is just for me, I'm going to lick the end of the thread as opposed to grabbing my needle threader. There we go. We got it through. And let me see. Since we're doing this blue, I love this little leafy motif that's going on this fabric. Let's go ahead and do a stab stitch, running stitch, or whatever around it. And we're going to vary the length of the stitches. I like to do that to add a little bit of variety. And I kept, like I said, I kept the 6 strands. Kind of gives a nice chunky stitch when you use all 6. Let's skip over here, get to the edge. This here. And I'm really looking forward to what this is going to look like when it's all put together. I think I got this idea from Sarah Humphrey. There's not a whole lot of slow stitch bunting videos. And I have a sewing machine, but I don't know how to use it yet. I initially bought it to sew some paper for junk journals, and I'm having trouble threading it, so I might have one of my friends come over and hang out with me and help me get it threaded and just do the basics with me. I'm not really interested in doing a lot of machine sewing. I prefer to embroider or stitch with my hands. I just feel like it's more fun. I do have a couple friends that are quilters though, and they make gorgeous quilts, and quilts make the best gifts. They gave me one a few years back, and it's one of my most treasured things in my house. And there's nothing like cuddling under a handmade quilt on a cold day like today. When my son gets home from school, we'll probably make some hot chocolate and put a fire in the fireplace, and maybe I'll play a couple video games with him. He's 12, so that's kind of the way to connect with him right now. So I know people up north probably think that the weather here isn't a big deal when it gets cold like this, but it's interesting for somebody who's in warm weather most of the year. When we retire, we talk about moving to Colorado, but my fear is if there was snow, I would definitely hibernate for the winter. And I don't know if I'm made for cold weather. I was raised in Utah till I was about 16 years old, and then we moved to Arizona, and I just like to say I'm from Arizona. And from Arizona, I moved to Texas. So from one warm climate to another, the heat is obviously a little bit different. They say Arizona's heat obviously is a dry heat. To me, the humid heat is a little bit hotter, but it's better for my skin. So, all right, let's tie this off and give it a little tie here. And I got some threads there that are kind of bugging me at the top there, so we're gonna trim those off after we tie this. Okay, let's see here. Let's get these. Yeah, those right there were kind of bugging me. Okay, and as you can see, I went through, when I initially did these, I just went through and tacked all the pieces down just so I wouldn't lose them until I was ready to stitch. All right, I want to keep this bright blue down here on this purple, and I think I'll just stick with the 6 strands. I'm feeling a little lazy today. I don't feel like separating them out. Didn't get the greatest sleep last night, so. So in another video I posted slow stitch cards. I asked, do you like voiceovers or do you like to watch somebody stitch real time? Because this is a solid color here, I kind of want to do a pretty running stitch all the way through here. I think that'll add some contrast and variety to that basic piece. Although, if I didn't do this, I like. Put a nice little embellishment in the middle there. But I can always put the embellishment there with the stitches as well. So drop a comment and tell me where y'all are from. I like to see where you're watching from. These videos are a way for me to kind of connect with the world creatively. Yeah, I like the way that blue looks over that purple. It's just a pretty color scheme. I love bright colors. I don't like muted colors as much. I know some people like the really shabby chic, and some of these did turn out shabby chic. Like, I really do think, let's see, this one is very pretty. It looks kind of shabby chic with those lighter colors. I prefer to stay away from browns, browns and yellows. Yeah, I just like color a lot. And the thing about slow stitching and creating like this is nobody can tell you you're wrong. Nobody can tell you, I mean, if you like the colors, go ahead. This is where I have a major creative outlet, and I'm able to make choices without having to consult with anybody else about what they like. You know, like when you paint your house. I don't know, some women go ahead and paint it and don't consult the husband, but we kind of work together around here, and so we kind of have to agree on things. I mean, we all have to live here. So, but when it comes to this kind of stuff, I don't have to ask anybody. I can just do what I want. It's kind of nice. Don't need to worry about what somebody else thinks. All right, that's turning out very nice. All right, let's see. Let's tie this one off. And I don't get too picky on the back. I know I'm going to show it. Somebody might see it, but it will be hanging up and hanging up in an area where I won't be able to see the back of it. So, all right, and let's take this light blue. Looks like we've used it before, and there's some extra thread. 3 strands, it looks like. What I might do is just double it around, double it up when I thread it. My little roll my knot. How do you tie your knot? Where did you learn? I learned from my mom how to tie a knot like that. I used to embroider a lot when I was a little girl. It's a great way to pass the time. Most kids like to go outside and play, but I was always had my nose in a book, or I was drawing or stitching. They had to make me go outside and play. And I have one child that loves to read and draw and do all those things. And then I have another that absolutely loves to be outside. And then those are my girls. And then in between and then the youngest is kind of in between the two. He of course, at his age, loves the video games. But when we can get him outside, he really enjoys it. He's in Scouts, and so he has a really good time and learns a lot through that. Teaches him a lot about the outdoors. So I've showed this before. When you feel like your thread is starting to kind of wind up like that, just lift it up and let it dangle. And I was probably too close to the camera there, so I have no idea how it turned out. I apologize. But yeah, if you just lift it up and let it untwist itself, and you're less likely to get a knot. So I watch a lot of videos, stitching videos, and decided I'd give it a shot. It's much more freeing than the calligraphy and lettering I've been doing in the recent years. And I'm still working on my stitch a day for 365 days. And obviously we're coming towards the end of the year. I'll show you that. So this is my stitching for 365 days of the year. I think we're at probably, I want to say like 300, 305, maybe 304, I'm not sure. But I'm starting to do just a little bit more than I would each day because I want to make sure that every bit of the fabric is covered by the 365th day. So I'll share that some more with you. My most recent stitch that I learned that I really, really love is the purl stitch. It's not so good right here, but right here you can see it. It's just such a beautiful stitch. And I just learned that last week. Anyway, I digress. Let's get back to the bunting. Yes, it's cozy here in the craft room today. We've got 3 cats hanging out with me. Got some chili in the crock pot for the boys when they get home tonight. I have a puzzle over here on the puzzle board, but I'd much rather stitch and share with y'all what I'm doing. And this bunting has just got me real excited, and I'm enjoying working on this project. So, I am a stay-at-home parent. I'm starting to kind of dip my toe back into maybe going back to work. I worked in the pre-press industry. I really, really, really enjoyed my job. But when my husband and I got married, we agreed that I would stay home and take care of our kids in the house, which has been a real luxury for him, and honestly, it's been a real luxury for me too. I did have my daughter say, "Mom, so-and-so has to go to daycare during the summer, but I get to stay home." And I said, "Yep, that's what happens when your mom's there." So, working is hard for women. Working and being a mom. Staying home and being a mom is hard for women. Some of us are made for it, some of us aren't. But I do sort of miss the workforce, the adult interaction. There wasn't a day that I went to work that I didn't enjoy my job. I was a customer service rep for a couple pre-press houses. They do the work, obviously, before stuff goes to printing, and technology has changed a lot, but I think I could jump right back in. Okay, let's get back to this. Almost to the end. All right, yeah, that's looking kind of cute. Do you prefer chatty videos? What I said was, do you prefer chatty videos or less chatty videos? I don't know. I don't know which to do. And I don't really like doing like a class format so much. It's just something more casual, like hanging out with a friend. All right, let's get some more of these little, I feel like we got a lot of little threads on here that kind of make it look messy. I don't mind the shabby look, but I don't want it to look messy. All right, there's my last one. So, all right, let's see. Let's grab one and see what we can find to put on it. How about this? Love the flowers in the background. And since it's kind of got like a floral theme right here, polka dot. Let's see, we got a bunch of beads and some wood buttons here to choose from. And I've got, look at this bead basket. Isn't this gorgeous? I made a call out to neighbors this weekend asking if anybody had any fabrics and extra buttons and stuff, and I got some extra buttons. That's kind of too yellow, I think. The green is cute, but we could use that. We could do 3 different. Let's see. How about, where did I see that? I just saw an orangey looking button. It's kind of cute. Yeah, that's kind of cute. You can make like a little cluster right there. So, maybe a light purple to go with this kind of light purple back here. Is that a light purple? Let's see. I don't know. That's kind of pretty. How about that? It's kind of cute. Yeah, I think I like that. And we'll just use, we'll go back and get, I think I just used white thread through that one. So I'm gonna grab some white thread. And we'll sew it on with white thread. And with this, I'm not gonna get picky either because actually I kind of want the ties to show on this side of the fabric instead of the other. So let's do this. Let's try this. I haven't done this before, so let's see how it goes. I have no idea how I'm getting those to thread so fast. Watch, the next one won't go quite so easy. Okay, I'm not going to tie a knot in the end. I already did. Let me see if I can get it back out. Cut it back off. Oops. All right, let's go for this one first. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go down through, but I'm not going to pull it all the way because what I'd like to do is tie it. So I'm just going to do this to secure it a little bit. We'll go this way. See if we can keep that out of the way so it doesn't get tangled in there. And then we're going to go down here and go this way. And when we come back in here, the reason why I left a long enough string is so I could just tie it like so. And snip the ends off. Isn't that cute? That's so cute. Probably should have double tied it, but that's all right. Now let's do the heart next. Oh, I'm gonna go down through the top. And I kind of want it to be a little bit on an angle to add a little bit of interest, so let's try to keep it angled. Let's see if we can do this without poking my finger. I'm gonna hold this down and get it out of the way for a minute. Oops. All right, this time I'm gonna try and this time let's double tie it. I am just a tad bit worried that last one I won't. There we go. So once and twice. There we go. All right. Cute. That's really cute. Okay, and I think I have just enough to put the purple one on. Enough thread to put the purple one on without having to rethread. And let's go down here. And up here. Go back down through here. And up through here. Oh, seems getting a little twisty there. You stay out of the way. This might be a little painful to watch. I'm a little shaky today. I don't know why. Too much coffee? When it's cold, I drink a lot of coffee? I don't know. Double tie this one. And there we go. It turned out pretty nice. So I would say that one's done and ready to be attached to the bunting. Okay, so now that I've showed you kind of what I'm doing, I'm going to go ahead and embellish these, and then I'll post another video with a follow-up on what they look like, and then how I'm going to attach them to some seam binding. Very simple seam binding to stitch them and what they look like when they're all hung up. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me. Click like and subscribe. Talk to you soon. Bye.